We are live. Hopefully. Move this over here. Refresh this page. No, I'm not offline. Oh, Lord. Okay, well, I don't know if any of you can actually see this. And I don't know why it's named the live stream that. I am so confused right now. So very confused. Okay. It wouldn't be a live stream on my channel without, you know, some issues occurring. Okay. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Okay. It wouldn't be a live stream on my channel without, you know, yay, some issues occurring. Hello, 45. Okay, so apparently right now it's showing 2 potential live streams. I'm gonna see if I can fix this and also mute myself because that's just annoying. Oh. Okay, for some reason everyone went to the stream now, and I don't know why that's the case. YouTube is weird. Okay. Alright, so provide the link to it. Oh, 45 there. That is supposed to be there for right now. I'm hopefully going to put the chat in there. Hello, Tal. Welcome to the stream. And I believe you were in the other one, weren't you? Yes, you were. Yes, you were. Alright, so hopefully everyone will come over here. I don't know why YouTube does it this way. I figured... I don't know, it's just very strange. Please check the video resolution. The cursor, it's not optimal. Whatever. It looks like it's fine on mine. Unless anyone is experiencing some issues. And if you are, definitely let me know. But I don't know. I find it strange. Let's get things organized here. Try and get... Oh, the Hangout. I tried to get it set up with the Hangout, but it's not working correctly. You're bored at work. What we're going to do for now, and I apologize that this isn't going to be exactly what I intended it to be. Hopefully I can get Hangout to work correctly next time. But what I will do is... I can actually open Skype and then open it for conversation through there. I should be able to get the audio for that coming in. Or, well, just in case, I don't want to risk that really sort of messing up the audio and mixing here. So, unfortunately for this time, it'll pretty much just be me talking, but I'm going to include the chat in on the stream, text-wise, and hopefully the quality will be decent enough they'll be able to read it afterward. If not, once the stream is actually over, I'm going to copy and paste the entirety of the chat. That way, you know, I'll at least have record of it. Hello, Snow, and welcome to the live stream. Getting things hopefully sorted out here. It's a little bit past 6:30, so unfortunately, due to the issues I was experiencing, bit behind schedule, but hopefully it won't be too bad. So, let's see. I will get... First of all, I'm going to pause the video on that live preview page. Ooh. No, that's a completely different one. So yeah, like I was saying earlier, apparently YouTube has this weird system where they have more than one kinds of live streams, where you have your stream now, which is what it defaulted to, and then your events. I don't know. Hi, when's the next Game of Thrones episode? That's going to be going up next week, El Yara, because I'm wanting to take the time to be able to watch the episode and actually make the video nicer. Like, I intended for the first episode to be, or rather for it to include full text and images and stuff, since that's the direction I originally went in with the Discovering Doctor Who, and with the quality of the show, from what it appears to be, I want it to 1 minute late, so not on schedule. Yeah, but technically I haven't started the review, or not the review, but the audiobook session yet either. But, while I'm finishing getting things set up here, just out of curiosity, those of you in the chat, how many of you did have a chance to listen to the audiobook before this? And let's get the... There we go. Make a little adjustment to the text. There we go. And then we will pull in the chat. Hopefully. Let's see. Window capture. Chat box. Inner window. Do not capture mouse cursor. We'll lay off the compatibility mode for now. Go with the subregion. Still... Okay, James hasn't heard it yet. So, unfortunately, I'm not really going to be able to do much of a... See, there's so many Doctor Who books. Oh, I know, there's going to be a lot. So my favorite was The Last Dodo. Interesting. Sorry for excuses, but was on vacation. Hey, seriously, don't worry about it at all. This is a first-time thing with the channel, and of course the text box isn't showing up correctly. Why don't you show up correctly? You must do what I say. You must do what I say and like it. Stupid thing. Okay, so let's try that again. Still nothing. Hundreds of audios and comics, too. Oh, yes, believe me, I know. And, for the time being, I would like to stick with what's available on Audible, as far as the audiobooks go for Doctor Who series and others of that like. And I'm definitely going to be going to the recent audio dramas with Doctor Who in the near future. I want to work out a good system, because part of what I'm wanting to do with this series is to not only have viewer participation, but also provide some giveaways. Like, at the end of this, I'm going to do a little giveaway where I will essentially give one of you a free book through Audible. So, again, hopefully that's the way it works out. And still, the chat window is not working. Why are you not working? You are being a huge pain. Huge pain in the butt. So, let's give this another try. Try and add the chat box. Had everything worked the way I intended it to, this wouldn't be as big of a problem. And I would be able to have done this before 6:30 rolled around. But like I was saying earlier, I don't actually know whether or not it was caught on the video or not, but I said it wouldn't be one of my streams without some technical issues, and that's basically the truth. Okay, so again, recapturing the chat window. Fingers crossed. Clicking OK. Still a black box. Daggone it. Big Finish audios. Yes. I definitely want to do those. Oh, they're on Spotify. That's good to know. I will actually write that down because one of the things I definitely want to mention is where people can... excuse me. I hit puberty! Is where people can get these different books. So... okay. Spotify for the Big Finish audios. Excellent. Thank you very much for letting me know that. That is some good information. Give you a brief summary of what exactly the goal of the stream. Well, what I'm going to be doing for these book clubs, again, in the future, it's going to be more focused around group participation. I will hopefully be able to get Hangouts to work correctly. So there will be a number of people that will be able to join in and audibly give their opinions on the book or audiobook that I'll be going over each time. This time it'll have to rely on chat, which I can hopefully get to work here. But, yeah, that's mainly the goal. This is the start of the Papa Kenn Book Club. Again, I'm going to hopefully do giveaways so people can be excited to come to the streams and potentially win credit toward getting the next book or the next audiobook that we'll be covering. It'll probably be a once-a-month thing for the time being, but if it starts to become, fairly popular and people would like it to be more regular, I could go for every 3 weeks or possibly every 2 weeks. We'll just have to wait and see. Well, and then we'll also have to take into account my schedule with the Discovering series, so that's another one. I do not know what the deal is with this chat box. It just does not want to seem to work. Okay, let me check one more time. I might be able to capture from the monitor instead of the window. Because again, I would like for everyone's words to be able to be part of the video at the very least. Okay, monitor capture. Do not capture the mouse. Select region. Oops, that is not the one I'm looking for. I meant to go for monitor 2. There we go. Alright, now giving us another chance. Fingers crossed. And I realize this live stream may not be what people were expecting, but in the case of a book club, it's like there's only really so much that can be done. Seriously. There we go. It was just outside of my reach, so I couldn't grab it. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a slow start, unfortunately, but even though I tested this out last night, it didn't work. Okay, let's give this a try. Please, monitor. Yes, it works. Okay, good. So there's that at the very least. I'm going to get this to a point where the text is at least readable. Yeah, there we go. Alright, and adjust my window here just a touch. Oh. Am I feeling better? Yes, I am feeling much better. Thank you very much for asking. Yeah, just this past week was not feeling good. Or, well, mainly it was Tuesday. Yeah, it was Monday and Tuesday. I just felt horrid. Well, here we go. Just give myself a little squeeze. Not the cropping that I wanted, but it'll do. And now, getting the text to fit back in. Excellent. Excellent. So, just one last little dealie. I want to get and I apologize, since I'm capturing from the monitor, the chat is going to disappear for just a second, but Pest, Control, Doctor Who. Get a little image there just for professionalism. Okay, there we are. Lovely, lovely. I will save. No, that's not what I want to do. I want to save the image. Yes. And yeah, I'll save it there for now. Pest control. Oh, and actually, while we're at it, it would probably be a good idea for me to, let's see, this selection on Spotify is pretty decent, something like 50 to 80 stories, wow. But the majority of the Big Finish audios can be purchased from their website as downloads or CDs. Yes, I do remember reading that. One thing that I was hoping for with Big Finish, which at the time, and this was a few months ago that I checked with them, they don't have really a way you can gift particular stories to people. They do have gift cards, I think, or at least they used to. So, fingers crossed, might be able to utilize that. Real quick, I'm going to send these out that the stream is live to everyone on the social medias. PapaKenn Book Club is live. Come join us. Come joins us. I cannot spell. Talk about the Doctor Who audiobook. Pest control. And I apologize if the camera is wiggly at all. Apparently I need to rebalance my monitor because it's a bit shaky. Anyway, tweeting that out. Excellent. Onward to Tumblr. Yes, I'm on Tumblr. Text. Which will also send out a tweet. And then, finally, I just got a message on Facebook, apparently. Well, I'll make sure to close Facebook once this is over. And go to the PapaKennMedia page. And excellent. Published. And now that that's done, I'm going to close Facebook so that we don't get more of those annoying ding sounds. Alright. Ooh, I'm gonna make sure and bring this over because that is a good view. And I think... Oh, nope, still need to add the image there. Let's see, if you could meet one person from the cast of Doctor Who, who would I pick? To be completely honest, probably the one person that I would want to meet the most would probably be David Tennant. Just overall. Now, people have asked me which one is my favorite Doctor. I'm not going to say necessarily that he's my favorite Doctor, but I do... I do love David Tennant, and he just seems like a brilliant person, and I would absolutely love to meet the man in person one day. Come on. I know you can do it. That's close enough. But, yes, let us bring in the image that I downloaded just a moment ago. Just Pest control. And, whoa, that took up a lot. That is not at all what I intended. Copyright. Okay, fit to screen. There we go. Oh, let us get that fit down to size. Brilliant. Oh, Donna Noble, you are brilliant. I apologize to anyone if I do a faux British / Scottish / whatever accent, and it sounds absolutely horrible, because I tend to do that a lot. Okay, so... let's see, that's insanely annoying. I was wondering that too about gifting audios to other people. Yeah, James, I so far haven't been... Again, it's been a while since I have checked, but last I did check, don't really have the capabilities. David Tennant was great in Jessica Jones. That is... That's one show I was considering doing a Discovering series for, but I might be putting it into a different series that I'm currently working on with Stranger Things. So, yeah, more info on that later. How long do you think its live stream will be? In Britain, I don't know whether I should join you live or watch it tomorrow morning. Assuming I will be uploading it. I will be clipping out the early portion of this, so I will be downloading, editing, and then re-uploading it. So if some random guy, if you do want to go to sleep, I definitely say you should. Any of your thoughts, I would recommend you feel free to leave in the comments if you do watch it afterward. But if you want to stay here for a little while, please do feel free to. Okay, so I think we have everything. Josh would be so disappointed in my accent. Yes, he would. Yes, he would. Of course, then again, considering I'm from the South in the U.S., it's not too bad. Actually, that's a lie. I know some people that can do amazing accents, and yeah, I have no excuse. I just do it very poorly. Alright, so, sorry for leaving so soon, getting late. Catching up on the stream later. Best of luck. Thank you very much, Tal. Thank you for coming, and again, I'm sorry for the late start. Ideally, this won't happen for the next time it occurs, so I hope you have a wonderful night and sleep well. So, let me bring up the chat. Oh, and by the way, do I sound okay? Am I too loud, perhaps, on your speakers, or is it too low? I tried to get my microphone here in a good spot, but, again, there's only so much I can do. Oh. Let me readjust this little window here a little bit so it's easier to read everyone's texts, or everyone's comments. Don't clip out the early stuff. Well, I may consider leaving the whole of the stream up until I get an edited version. But it's honestly just so annoying to me when people have to go through that early portion. Even having an annotation for people to skip ahead, it's just really annoying. Audio is perfect. Okay, good, excellent. I am very, very happy to hear that. Now, in the chat, if anything occurs, like things freeze, my my streams have been known to freeze from time to time, so I wouldn't put it past it. But yeah, let me know if anything occurs. If anything does freeze and I don't notice it, please do feel free to send me a message on Twitter or through Facebook, however you might know me, and it'll appear on my phone. Yes, I am getting messages through there, though I accidentally opened my camera. Anyway, okay, so one last comment. It's weird how James Corden went from Doctor Who to a famous American show host. Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. So, okay. Here, we will officially begin the Papa Ken Book Club. And I just want to say to everyone currently in the stream, thank you so much for joining me for this. It's very much a pilot episode, especially for those of you that were here for the beginning segment. So the audiobook we're going to be talking about today is Pest Control. Obviously, it's an audiobook through the BBC for Doctor Who, written by, and I know I'm going to destroy his last name, Peter Anghelides? Peter A. We'll go with that. And I know I mentioned this earlier in the stream, but for anyone that is currently in here, have any of you had a chance to listen to the audiobook? It's only about, I think it's 2.5 hours long, maybe a bit longer. So, especially for the price of an audiobook, it's very short. Second pronunciation. Okay, well, I'm probably not going to be saying his name anymore throughout this stream. I will simply refer to him as Peter. But it's good to know one of them was at least kind of close. But again, have any of you had a chance to listen to the audiobook? If you have, obviously, you'll have more of a chance to give some feedback here. Obviously, since the Hangout did not work, or I wasn't able to get a Hangout to work properly, no one is able to really join live, audio-wise, for this, but I definitely will read out the important comments. The comments will be there available on the video. And as I mentioned before, I will actually be copying and pasting the entire chat here so that people will be able to go through it if they so wish. So, yeah, still waiting in the chat to see... Oh, Lord, I had a slight heart attack there. My mouse hesitated from moving for just a moment, and I thought my computer froze again. You had to listen last Monday. So many audios, so little time. Very true, James. Okay, so good. 45 has had to listen to it at least. Here in a little bit, I will basically open things up for questions. I'll be sure to give a little bit of notice, that way the chat can begin to fill in. But any questions or thoughts you might have, definitely, have those ready so that we can get to them as I get to that portion. Now, for anyone that has not yet listened to this audiobook, again, it is called Pest Control, written by Peter A., whose last name I won't risk slaughtering again. And it is completely narrated by David Tennant, aka the 10th Doctor. And one of the things I definitely want to say about this particular audiobook, it really has me interested to listen to the Big Finish audios, because I know in those it's an actual audio drama. It's like listening to a radio show where you have different people playing their own roles, or basically audio dramas in general, where you have different people voicing different roles. And I think it was really enjoyable to have David Tennant read those out, because he did such a good job throughout the entire audiobook. The way he emotes, the way he, sometimes very subtly, sometimes the voice is affected through sound effects, obviously, but just the way he reads it is really enjoyable. It's just a lot of fun. Now, this audiobook did bring back one of my personal favorite, actually probably my favorite companion of all time, but definitely one of my favorites for sure, Donna Noble. And while I really did enjoy the way David Tennant voiced their little bickering, their back and forth, and even Donna by herself, there was just something lost on it with not having Catherine Tate voice the character herself. Now again, Tennant did an amazing job, in my opinion, on his own. But yeah, well, like 45 said just there, his Donna/Catherine Tate impression is hilarious. It really is. But it just doesn't feel right without actually having her there to voice it herself. So that's one big thing about the Big Finish audios that I am really looking forward to once we get to that. And hopefully that might be soon, once I can hopefully get things worked out. But yeah, just absolutely, truly enjoyable, his entire reading. But probably the highlight of it all. Really the highlight of the entire audiobook, in my opinion. Woo Donna Best New Who Companion. Agreed, James. It has to be David Tennant voicing the Doctor again, because there's such a distinct difference between him narrating / voicing other characters and when he falls back into the Doctor, because it's the image in my mind. I mean, obviously the way he read it, had some amazing images in my head, but it is undeniable that he is the Doctor when he's voicing him. He has the right speech patterns. He has the right enunciations. Just everything about the way he reads the dialogue from the Doctor is perfect, because again, that was him at one point. But that is just the absolute highlight for this audiobook for me, is having him back in the role of the Doctor, even if it is just through audio. And unless I'm mistaken, I believe these audiobooks were actually done, or some of the ones available through Audible were done before the 50th anniversary. I don't think he was still the Doctor at the time. I could be wrong. I actually don't know the exact timeline for this. It would probably be a good idea for me to look up something like that, wouldn't you think? So yeah, loving the videos, Papa Kenn. Thank you very much, Tups. I really appreciate that. But I'm trying to think of some of the other things I really enjoyed about this audiobook. One of the switching between his natural Scottish accent to an English one also helps. Yes, that's what it is. I'm sure there's probably some audio editing going on in the background. Like, maybe he didn't just in reality quickly switch back and forth between his different accents. But just the way it comes across on the audiobook is just so seamless. He goes from his natural Scottish accent to the British Doctor, or English Doctor. I don't know the way people prefer to be referred to, so I apologize if I offend anyone. But yeah, it's just, that's part of it, like 45 said. It just makes it so good. Just makes it feel so wonderful, and just part of what I absolutely love about this audiobook. Now let's see here. Pulling up the pest control on... Oh, I just realized that since I'm doing this on my second monitor, that it actually blocked the chat, so I apologize for that. Hopefully I'll be able to get the window capturing to work again. But let's see here. So, it was published during 2008, and yeah, Smith didn't come on until 2001, I believe it was. So yeah, Tennant was actually still the Doctor at that point, which is really cool. But again, for me, as someone who has discovered, who has seen all of the new Who at this point, it's just, having this audiobook was such a wonderful experience to be able to get back to David Tennant's Doctor, or the Dr. Tennant, which I guess you could say, which actually I do say that quite a bit, just because it nicely matches up with the 10th Doctor, Tennant. I'm easily amused. Humor me. But yeah, let's see if there's any other information about this. It's available on audio CD. Yeah, nothing really else information-wise as far as the audiobook goes, but again, it is good to know the time frame there. There we go. Let's see. Got a few more comments up here. I'm sure you're already aware of this, but Big Finish have recently released 3 10/Donna stories. Yes, some random guy. I am aware. And you might not have been listening when I mentioned it earlier, but I'm very much looking forward to getting to those. Whether that happens sooner or later, I don't know yet, but I'm very tempted to make it, to make those the first Big Finish audios that I'll actually cover here. Maybe. We'll see. And then hearing Catherine Tate voicing Donna again was a huge thrill for me. She was definitely my favorite New Who companion. And yeah, I again completely agree. Donna is personally my favorite companion. But I like all of the companions in their own way. But yeah, just Donna's the clear winner for me. See, if Big Finish allowed giftiness, I would have gifted you some audios, probably the new release from 10th Doctor Adventures, because you're nice like that. That would be amazing of you, James, for sure. Hopefully something can be worked out with Big Finish. We'll have to wait and see. And from... Oh my. Okay, so hopefully we can get this working. Oh, such a pain. Oh, well, apparently it decided to start back up on my phone, which is nice. Oh, yes, we have movement once more. And unfortunately, we do not have the chat box again. Go figure. I think I know what the issue is, something that I neglected to do last time, which is removing the preview from my OBS, because apparently that's a common issue with my particular, well, Windows 10 and my capture card, which is just lovely. Okay, so once again to the monitor capture. And yeah, I'm sure it'll please James, so I most likely will end up just splicing all of this together and include annotations, though I will be sure to say at the beginning that you know, if you need to skip ahead, there are annotations. Otherwise, I'll include like little timestamps in the description or in the comments. Okay, do we have life from, oh, excuse me, the monitor, or the comments, yay! Okay, so with that, I will once again reduce my face. No, what I did last time was I squished it, just like that. Now I look skinnier. Ha ha ha! Don't ask. Here we go. And then, of course, the addition of the immortal image from the thing. Pest control. I can't words. And fit screen. There we go. I say, Doctor, you've made a right old mess of things. Indeed. And, well, let's move this forward. Move up. There we go. There we go. Okay, so I'm back. Hello, everyone. I actually forget where we were. Oh, I remember what I was getting ready to read. I was thanking James for his offer, had you know, Big Finish been nicer about the way they do gifting of things. And then I also went and read, I thought I had another window here. Yes, there it is. It was from... from 45. There are a few websites you can use to look up information on these stories if you need a quick reminder on the details. Thank you very much. Yes, I should have pulled those up, or actually I would have pulled those up had I had enough time. I'll be sure to, that's something I'll be sure to do before next time, because I'm going to be, actually what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to save my settings for this so that that's not going to be a big issue. Rabble Rouser, thank you for coming to the stream. You joined just after a, one of the glitches that I often get with all of my, streams. And now bringing that back up. There we go. There we go. Alright, so things should be, hopefully, in a correct process right now. And, okay, I got a notification on my phone, but it was nothing of major importance. So, again, Rabble Rouser, thank you for joining the stream. Snow Morte, yes, thank you. Oh, well, I noticed earlier that you acknowledged that I had movement again. So, where were we when I was talking about this? I acknowledged that the audiobook actually came about during Tennant's run on the show, which was awesome. But for me, again, it was really nice to be able to enjoy him as the Doctor again, even if only through audio form. But, and again, I want to remind everyone, if you have any questions about the audiobook, sorry, that was probably insanely loud. I am so sorry. There was a gnat. But if you have any questions about the audiobook, if you've had a chance to listen to it, and you have any opinions you would like to voice, please do let me know. And actually, we'll just do that live. As I get those comments or those questions, I will make a queue of them and get to them when I can. In the meantime, and of course, I just remembered that, yes, now you can actually see the comments again, because I'm capturing the monitor. This is super professional, people. Super professional. And people wonder why I don't stream more often. But I do have one issue with this, with the story and how it, just with the story overall, and it's more of a continuity issue. So, for those of you that... Oh, Tom. Oh, welcome, Tom. See, I think all of the Audio Go BBC audio stuff was released with doctors who were still in the role on screen. Oh, okay. Minus the 90s when John Pertwee returned to the role. Okay, well, that's cool. That's good to know then. So, I can basically associate that as far as the BBC audiobooks through Audible go. Now, again, for those of you that haven't yet listened to the audiobook, this is definitely delving into spoiler territory, but, again, it's the book club, so you knew what was happening when it was coming in. Currently in Bulgaria, it's currently 3:10 a.m. Tom, go to bed. I'm going to be making all of these public, so you'll be able to see them, and then I'm going to be actually editing them together into one long stream that you'll be able to watch later. So if you need to go to bed, go to bed. Very much, or so derp, much pro, very wow. Oh, that is so true. I might actually need to make that into a t-shirt at some point. Because that, just for my streams, because it will be so very appropriate. But getting into my main annoyance with the story. Again, just for last reminder, spoilers. Oh, wait, before I do that, was lurking. I am not a Doctor Who fan, so I felt I should not talk. Sorry for all your problems in the stream so far. Hopefully it works better now. Gotta get going. Have a great rest of the stream. Thank you very much, Missy. I know you're not a Doctor Who fan, but thank you for coming along and listening for a little while. Of course I missed your sass, Snow. I actually thought that said something else when I first read it. No offense, I have no interest in the Doctor Who books, but I will find it entertaining regardless, I am sure. No offense taken, but, that's what the book club's for, and it's going to be about a bunch of different books. It's going to be covering a lot of different subjects as far as material goes. We'll be covering comics, audiobooks, the Doctor Who audios. So, if you're not interested, don't feel inclined to join in unless you really want to, or if you just want to listen in. But again, finally getting to my annoyance with the story. And yes, the next time I'm going to make sure things are a lot more structured too. As you know, I guess the primary villain overall of this show, or of this audiobook, was the bugs. Or basically the bugs that the people were transforming into. And the reason I have an issue with that is, from what we're told through the story, basically the pills that the different soldiers or all the humans are taking, and it's essentially how the eggs of these bugs get into the people. So the people essentially become incubators until either one, they die seemingly and become, or they die or they're on the verge of death, at which point the bugs emerge. But given that, at least from my perspective, it seems like the bugs are a separate entity from the people themselves. So they're growing inside of the people, again, with the people as the incubators. But then there's two very important instances at which point that comes into question, such as when the reporter Nash is killed by one of the bugs, and then the one that used to be his sister attacks the bug that killed him. So there's apparently still that emotional connection. There is that connection between the newly hatched, or not even newly hatched, but the bug, and I apologize, I'm calling them bugs. I forgot what the actual name is. I'm going to jump over to Google real quick just so I can get the name, because otherwise I'm going to feel really stupid. Centaur like Aquabe. Really? You're not going to give me what the bugs are called? You suck. Okay, let's try the Doctor Who wiki. Surfians? Surfians, okay. Surfians, thank you for that. Surfians. Alright, so that is what the bugs are called. So, yeah, the sister is still having this emotional connection, apparently, to her brother, attacks and seemingly kills the other Surfian that just offed him. So there's that emotional connection there. And Tom, I'll get to your question in just a second. But then the second event is near the end, where it looks like Donna is about to be attacked, or basically, Donna is in trouble, and the Surfian that was formerly Madeline, or Madeline, whatever her name is, she attacks. And and it's because of the emotional attachment. Basically, Donna was the one that was there with her after she got critically injured, before she became Miriam, that's what it is. Again, so many I apologize so much for the lack of structure here. It will be much better next time. But yeah, Miriam and Donna established that connection through friendship, with Donna sticking by her side and holding her hand as they go from the battleground, where there was essentially a big slaughter. And it doesn't make sense. Now, I know it's Doctor Who. There are a lot of different possible explanations. But again, there's that connection of, if these Surfians are growing out of the people from eggs, then that new form is a separate entity, or should be a separate entity, from what the person once was. So there shouldn't be any emotional attachment unless there's some sort of DNA. If you think of what the explanation might have been, let me know. 45. Oh, and I'll get to Tom's question real quick. But have you seen any more episodes of Game of Thrones? I'll touch on that later, Tom, or ask me again through Twitter, something like that. And who wrote the book? The book is... Oh, did I not include the name? Let me bring the preview back up, make sure, see if I have the person's name on there. Oh, yeah, well, the story was written by Peter Anghelides. Anghelides. I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce the last name, but if you're watching the stream, Tom, that's who wrote the story, and then David Tennant is the one that narrated it, or narrated the audiobook. Now, oh, you just didn't see. It's okay, no worries, believe me, I've missed things that are very... I have missed things that take up, like, a quarter or half of a screen before, so no worries. But, yeah, just that disconnect with the logic really bothers me. Now, if like 45 said there is some sort of explanation given, that could be one thing. And again, and part of what kind of makes it make sense is that when the eggs hatch, or the Surfians emerge, basically, they don't, like, tear through the skin. They're not the body snatchers or whatever. Or they're not the aliens, like, chest bursters or whatever. They specifically describe what's happening as the person's features smudge, or blur, and then smudge, and then they transform into these bug creatures, which does go along with the idea that, okay, maybe this person still is, or this new entity still is that previous person to a point. But if you bring that logic in, then why are there eggs inside of the person? If the eggs are in there to hatch, it should be a new creature that comes forth. So, in reality, is it not actually eggs hatching within the person? Is it just a complete DNA transference? I don't know. It's really confusing. To me, at least. If again, 45 or anyone else that might have listened, if you have any sort of explanation to kind of help sort that out for me, I would really appreciate it, because in my personal opinion, it's really the one smudge on an otherwise really good audiobook. Or well, not the audiobook itself, but on an otherwise, in my opinion, really solid story. See another question from Tom Monty. In the narration, is Tennant speaking using the 10th Doctor's London accent or Tennant's actual Scottish accent? It's both, actually. When he is doing, when he's just normally narrating or voicing other characters, it's more his natural Scottish accent. But, oh no, it's not extremely off topic, Tom. These are things that were mentioned a bit earlier in the stream, but, again, feel free to ask any questions you might have. But when he is the Doctor, and this is one thing that I pointed out earlier just before you joined, actually just before the first big computer freeze, is one of my absolute favorite parts of this audiobook is when Tennant is voicing himself as the Doctor, because it just, you picture him being there. Oh yeah, he also does Russian and some American accents, that is true. But overall, like when he's narrating, it's his natural Scottish accent, and then when he's being the Doctor, it's the 10th Doctor's accent. Love both the accents, so that's great. Yeah, there you go. It's really, it was a really well performed audiobook. Story wise, I do have that one issue. One thing that did come to mind, admittedly, about halfway through the audiobook, and this isn't so much an annoyance, just as maybe kind of a nitpick on my part, but when the Doctor and Donna were together, it felt like the way the Doctor and Donna always were. It's like, it felt like those characters. Again, even though it's David Tennant voicing her lines. But when it's Donna by herself, there are certain points where that sassiness comes through, where it's very clear that this is Donna. But then there's certain points, like it feels like there's a good chunk in the middle where things just kind of feel like this could be Rose. This could be, any of the other companions. This doesn't really just feel like Donna here, which is obviously something that would have come across a lot better if it's Catherine Tate actually playing the role, or if this was in, a visible form. But yeah, that would be my only real other sort of nitpick, is that Donna didn't always feel like Donna, at least as I remember her, and maybe that's through rose-colored glasses because she's my favorite companion. Who knows? But yeah, so that would be my only other minor nitpick, with the big one being just the inconsistency or the confusing logic. And hello there, Aqua Insane. Welcome to the stream. Again, I don't know if it's been asked, but have you heard of or thought of picking up the audio story feature? That has been brought up, and yes, that is going to be something that is covered in the future. I'm working on trying to get things sorted out with how I'll do it with Big Finish, because giveaways of audiobooks and audios is going to be a part of the Papa Ken book club. But trying to figure out how to do it with Big Finish is a bit more difficult, because they're not, unfortunately, as streamlined as Amazon/Audible is. Third person to ask that today. Yep, pretty much. Re-listening to the end of the audio right now to see if there was an explanation. Thank you very much, 45. If there is one and I just missed it or forgot, definitely let me know. But yeah, again, it's just that inconsistency, which is something I've voiced a lot when watching Doctor Who, and it just kind of becomes a point where you're just like, oh, well, it's Doctor Who, it's science fiction, and other science fiction things, people make up stuff all the time, but it's inconsistencies between points within that story itself. Watching House of Cards, another show that will be coming up in the future. I have a lot on my table right now, but House of Cards will be happening. So yeah, those were my major favorites, if you include the portion that came before the big the big stream freeze, or the big computer freeze. My favorites, my annoyances with the story overall. Again, with David Tennant's performance, he did amazingly. And like one person pointed out earlier, whether it's edited to be more this way or not, just the natural transition from his natural accent to the 10th Doctor's accent to the accents of others, it works so well. Well, another question from Tom Monty. Actually, it seems you were sort of starting on pest control. What were you doing for the first 50 minutes, may I ask? Well, for the first bit, I was having to work through some technical issues. One, at first, because OBS was not cooperating. And then once I got that to work, YouTube wasn't cooperating. And then there was some talking, so on and so forth. Again, this is the first episode of the Papa Ken Book Club. In the future, I'm hoping to get more people in on it and be able to do an actual hangout instead of just me streaming from OBS, because hopefully there won't be any issues like there are with this one. So yeah, so like James said, the first bit of this live stream was technical issues. So when I re-upload it, James has requested that I don't trim out the tech issue portions, which I may or may not. And if I don't, I will include annotations and things to skip to. But right now, I feel like I will, just because I feel like it will be a cleaner version overall. Let's see, another off-topic question. But now that you started Game of Thrones, having Torchwood. Torchwood is not being postponed. Torchwood will be happening again. For question, let's save these questions until near the end of the stream. I mean, again, it's it's very disorganized right now, but I do want to at least get through talking about more of the audiobook before we close things up, and then we'll open things up to just general conversation in a general conversation portion. But now again, I know 45 has listened to the audiobook in addition to myself. Has anyone else that might be in the stream listened to it, or does it seem like an audiobook that you would be interested in listening to? Again, I apologize that some of the stuff I've talked about is probably, in the spoilery content, but that's one thing that I will be sure to mention at the beginning of all these streams, is that, spoilers ahead. Carlos, oops, I forgot about this stream. Oh, hey Carlos, no worries at all. No worries at all. This has been a very interesting little live stream, to say the least, and yeah. So it's very disorganized. The next one will be more organized, and I will be sure to get the marketing out there as well as I can. But since you just popped in, Carlos, have you listened to this particular audiobook? You'll likely listen to it later tonight. Cool. That's good to know, Snow Morte. I'm so sorry if I'm disrupting, but I'll try and stay for as long as possible. Okay, well, just so you know, Tom, there isn't a whole lot left to talk about when it comes to this, so, this will be ending rather soon. Again, especially since it's just me talking about my favorites and least favorites. But I'll wait for Carlos to get back about whether or not he's seen it. Seems like Snow is interested, James is interested, but if you download instead of buy a CD, you could probably come up with something to patch a hole, though, like the blurring transformation you mentioned earlier, probably not wiping out the human mind entirely. And that is a good possibility. It's just, if taking that into mind, it takes in the logic of eggs being within the person to be an issue. Okay, Carlos hasn't listened to it either. Okay, that is perfectly fine. This is going... let's really just consider this a starting point, I would say, for the Papa Ken Book Club. One thing I definitely do want to do before we close this is I'm going to do a little giveaway for those of you that are currently in the stream, since the next book will be through, again, through Audible. Overall, before we really close things up, one thing I do want to say is 45, since you have had a chance to, listen to the audiobook, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll be sure to drag things out a little bit so you can get everything in there that you might need to, but I'm definitely interested to hear your thoughts on it. For me, I just... Again, having David Tennant voice the Doctor, it was like going back to old times. It was like being able to re-experience David Tennant as the Doctor, separate from the 50th anniversary. And in a completely new story that overall was honestly quite solid. It was a story that kept me really interested. And again, it's only, I think the official length is 150 minutes, so that's that's basically 2.5 hours. And that is in my face again. So, yeah, just overall, I definitely recommend checking this out, especially if you're a fan of Doctor Who, or if you're just interested in checking out some of their audiobooks at all. Now, again, with Audible, for the amount you pay per month, for a 2.5 hour audiobook, it's a bit much, or you might not want to just spend an entire month's credit on that one audiobook. But one thing I have seen, and this is through Audible, is either it's out now or is going to be out soon. They've comprised a complete collection of the audiobooks with David Tennant that you can download. I don't know how many credits that will be worth exactly, or how many credits that will cost in order to get it. But let's see. Let me check some of the comments here. Okay, I got a direct message from James. I will be sure to check that in a minute. What do you think about the battle between Donna's clothes and the beginning? I'll get to that. David Tennant's narration has actually got me quite interested. Again, Tom, if for hearing David Tennant read alone and for nothing else, I mean, he does an amazing job, in my personal opinion. So yeah, and again, it's a short listen, relatively, so if it's not a story that you're particularly interested in, then it's not, too much of a loss there. Let's see. I would listen to it, but as a student, $10.20 or £10 20 pence. I think I got that right. Is actually a month of food for me. Ooh, yeah, that is pretty hefty, unfortunately. Now officially, I am only going to say that I prefer that people go through legitimate means to listen to these audiobooks. But if one, you can possibly win again credits through a giveaway I'm going to be doing here, if you would be interested in getting it through Audible. Otherwise, if you get the audiobooks through any other means, I cannot personally recommend that, and I cannot say that, I'm not going to say I want you to do that, but if it sounds like something you're interested in, I would recommend trying to listen to the audiobook in whatever form you can. And if you don't have the money to be able to afford Audible's prices, that's completely understandable. So, getting back to 45's question, what do I think about the battle between Donna's clothes and the mud at the beginning? That was some of the best imitation of Donna I have ever heard David Tennant do. Throughout the rest of this story, that was the true channeling of Donna Noble. That was the true channeling of Catherine Tate into this character. And it had me in stitches, honestly. Again, because of how much I love her character. Even though it was a different voice, obviously, just that tiny little segment there was just hilarious and brilliantly written, to be in my complete honest opinion. Tom Monty Tennant actually narrated on British children's TV like bedtime stories at one point, so I think that's not the first time he's narrated. That's cool. That's really cool to know. As far as I know, it's maybe the first audiobook he's done, but knowing that he's done other narrations in the past is definitely cool. And again, just from the way he reads the story, it works really well. He's definitely very talented as far as that goes. CBeebies, I think. Look it up. Okay, I'll oh darn it. Let me open up my notepad again. I forgot it closed during the computer freeze. CBeebies. And I just realized that window is partially covering up the chat. I apologize. Okay. Alright. So, again, 45, and anyone else listening that might have listened to the audiobook, let me know your thoughts on the audiobook itself. Like I've already said, I'm a huge fan. I very much recommend it. Unless you can't afford it, which is completely understandable. But before the stream is over and before we get to the general Q&A, I am going to do a quick giveaway, or at least take the entries and announce the winner of the quick giveaway so that I can hopefully work things out and get them the credit within the next few days, because I'm disorganized and I never have things completely planned ahead of time. Alright, so... Oh, actually, now that I think about it, I could just use this window. So again, while I am getting this prepared, 45, let me know your thoughts on the audiobook. I would love to hear whether or not you would recommend it to others. It's good to know that several people are interested in checking it out. And if you're interested in checking this one out or the next one that we'll be doing, you know, obviously you might want to enter this little giveaway I'm doing. But let me get the a random number generator up here. This is the same program that I have used before for giveaways. Thought it was alright, though I don't really listen to the straight narration ones very often. I much prefer the full cast stuff. And I can completely understand that. I'm sure once I have a chance to listen to the Big Finish audios, the audio dramas, I'm sure I will by far prefer them in that form as well. For me, the reason why the audiobook works so well is just because, well, with a combination of my ADHD and also, unfortunately, not being as fast of a reader as I once was, doing audiobooks is a much easier way for me to be able to experience a book and, you know, have talented people read it to me, which is amazing, in my opinion. Now, there are certain books that I definitely will read myself, no matter how long it might take me. But that's one of the draws for audiobooks for me. And again, having someone as talented as David Tennant read the book is just, you know, even better. Thumbs up for that. Let's see here. Popping back over to the chat. Don't count me for any giveaways. Not interested in audiobooks as others may be in the stream. Okay. Well, I'm actually going to ask who is interested in to whether or not they want to enter. I felt the bit in the middle leading up to the cliffhanger was pretty great, though. Yeah, I very much agree there. Now, again, for me in the middle, that's where Donna felt a bit not entirely like Donna. It just felt more generic. But otherwise, I very much agree, especially when the scenes where the Doctor was involved. Oh, where the Doctor is locked in the cell and the Surfians start emerging from his cellmates. Yes, that portion right there is glorious. Absolutely glorious. So yeah, I completely agree with you there. So it's good to know 45's thoughts on that. And for any of you that do listen to the audiobook, you know, after this stream, I'll be sure to, again, I'm going to let these live streams go, well, both segments go live so that you can check them out if you want to, but after I post the official edited together version, I would love to hear your thoughts, whether you tell me through Messenger if you'd rather not comment, or, you know, leave them in the comments on the full video, because I really want to hear what all of you think about it as well. And again, hopefully some of you will be able to join in next time for the Hangout, if I can get it to work. But again, last little bit here, thank you everyone for joining me for this, you know, little discussion on this first audiobook for the Papa Ken Book Club. And now the time has come for the giveaway. So, what I'm going to do is I will bring my notepad back up. And I'm going to open up for entries. So, Tom, I'll answer that in just a few, Tom. How you went about listening to it? I listened to it while mowing the lawn and later while doing dishes. For me, I listened to it while doing chores, while walking my dog, and excuse me, and while driving to work. I would just I would plug it into my car's radio and listen to it that way. And again, it's not very long, so I mean, I was able to get through it rather quick, but I mean, that's really how I do audiobooks for the most part anyway. But okay, so what we're going to do now is anyone that wants to enter for a free audiobook from Audible. Now you'll be able to use this credit on any book you want. I mean, I would personally recommend using it for the next audiobook in this series, which actually, before we do that, I will go ahead and announce. the next audiobook I'm going to do is apparently the next one in the audiobook series with David Tennant, which is The Forever Trap. And it also has Donna Noble. Yay! And is also... Oh, that one's read by Catherine Tate, not David Tennant. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to checking out The Forever Trap. So you could use your credit for The Forever Trap if you would like. Let me bring... Nope, that's the wrong one. There we are. So yeah, if you are interested at all in that, please do voice it in the chat. Say, let's see, what's a good indicator to say that you want to enter the giveaway? Say, I enter, with an exclamation point. And that should be good. And I'll bring the chat back up so I can see it. And while I'm waiting, let's go through the chat. Okay, with Tom, how often will you be streaming after today? Honestly, Tom, I don't know yet. It is something that I'm going to try and incorporate more. Now that I have a PlayStation 4, I should be able to stream like some of my playtimes through that. So that's one possibility for it. I'm also going to try and do some more Steam game related streams, so you know, that's one possibility. But yeah, I'm going to try and do it more often. I am going to try and set a schedule for once a week when I will be doing streams, especially now that summer is nearing its end. That should be able to be more consistent because there aren't going to be as many things going on. So yeah, so maybe not this next week. For the time being, there will definitely be inconsistent, and I'll announce them on social media when I can. But soon I'm going to be setting up a one-time-a-week schedule for definite stream times. So just wondering how you went. Oh, already read that. Forever is read by Catherine Tate. Already seen that. Yep, that's right. When I already need an Audible account for this. Now, I don't think you need an Audible account to get it. Basically, you'll need to... I think if I give you the credit, it will ask you to open up a new account. We'll get all that sorted out afterward, but if you already have an Audible account, I should be able to gift the credit to you. Otherwise, I guess I'll gift you, a free book for opening your Audible account. So, okay, 10 for the win. Yeah, seeing awesome. Yeah, so this is, you're near the end, basically at the end of the first episode of Papa Kenn Book Club. I will be re-editing the two broken stream portions together into one full one. That'll hopefully go up tomorrow or maybe Sunday. And yeah, what Tom said. Come on, guys, put in your entries. Looks like the only candidate for the giveaway is some random guy. So, okay, so some random guy. So far, you are the only one to be entered. But come on, people, this is for everyone. If it comes down to it, I will make it so that unless you blatantly say, like Tom and James have, that you don't want to be in the giveaway, I will put you in the giveaway. So there. But just for the time being, I will mark it in. So some random guy. Alright, so some random guy's name is in the hat. Get away from me, Nat. That rhymed. Can you get audiobooks on YouTube? Seeing awesome, I don't believe so. As far as how this goes through Audible, it's a service that I don't think you have to have an Amazon account to have it, but Audible is a separate website, and you can listen to them on your computer, you can listen to it through your smartphone. They have a lot of different ways in which you can listen to the audiobooks, but through YouTube, that is not a possibility, to the best of my knowledge. So, yeah, come on, everyone. If anyone else, Seeing Awesome 45, Snow, anyone else, do you want to enter into this giveaway? Seeing Awesome, is that you saying you want to be put into the giveaway? If so, I will write you down. Anyone else? Seems everyone is very modest. If there's a hat I want in, Ruby. All right, Ruby is going in the hat. Excellent. It does seem that way, Tom. It does seem that everybody is very modest. Ruby 210. Okay, good. All right, so far we have 3 people in the hat. Anyone else for entry into the giveaway? Sure, can include you. Excellent. Snow. Well, they don't have to include the exclamation mark, Tom. I was being kind of facetious, I guess. But anyway, all right. So now we have 4. Anyone else for the giveaway? I'm going to give you. Let's see. Oh, my watch does not have a second hand. So I'm going to give you until my watch hits the time of 7:51. I don't know how. Oh, well, I can look at my computer screen. I'm smart. I'm an adult with adult type things. But yeah, once the clock hits 7:51, I will stop taking entries and we will do the giveaway. So anyone else, if you want to enter, please do it right now. We have some random guy, which is hilarious to say in general, Seeing Awesome, Ruby 2010, and Snow Morte. Any other takers? There's 9 of you watching right now, so I know that there's more than just James and Tom that are in here, because that brings us only up to 6 people, so there's 3 of you that might want to enter and win a free audiobook through Audible. So get those comments in here. Come on! Or not the comments, but get your entries in. Let me know. Time is running out. And, okay, the clock is at 7:51, so 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1... No more takers. Okay, entries are closed. If anyone else wanted to enter, I'm sorry, but it is too late. It is time now for us to go to random.org and put in minimum 1, high 4. And I am going to click this numerous times just to wait and see. And I'm sure you can hear the loud clicking. I'm very sorry if that is even louder through the microphone. And the winner is number 3, Ruby 2010. Congratulations, Ruby, you have won the giveaway. So yeah, so Ruby, I will be in touch with you afterward so that we can get things sorted out. Now again, the audiobook giveaway is through Audible, so if you already have an Audible account, I should be able to gift you a credit. Otherwise, I should be able to gift you the book, at which point it will take you through the steps to create your own Audible account. So yeah, congratulations, Ruby, and thank you to everyone who entered. I'm sorry if you didn't win, but please do keep in mind this is going to be something that is going to be consistent with this stream series going forward. And in fact, I might just I might do a little something extra. David Smith, you did miss the giveaway, David. I'm sorry about that, but I might actually do a second little giveaway, especially since this is the first stream, and I want more people to participate in this. So, again, Ruby, congratulations. Thank you, everyone, for sharing sharing in the congrats to Ruby. What I think I will end up doing is once the edited together version of this stream is uploaded, I will include a little portion at the beginning that says to comment below if you want to enter another giveaway, at which point I'll set a date for me to do another drawing, and I'll find, and I'll draw for another person. Now, since this is the first stream, I will be counting Ruby out of the second giveaway, obviously, but definitely do keep that in mind, and I'll be sure to share on all the social medias when the officially edited together version does go up. So yeah, there we go. And once again, thank you everyone for joining me for this. I know it was very disjointed, it was very chaotic, and end on the pic you sent me in direct message. Okay, I will be sure to check that really quick. But again, as I was saying, thank you all so much for joining me for this. This is something I've wanted to do for a long time, and I'm so glad that... Oh, James, you broke me. Oh goodness. I'm going when the stream is finally over, I'm going to have that be the last image that anybody sees on this. Oh, that is glorious. Thank you for that, James. I love that. That is glorious. And I'm sure a lot of you might be wondering what I'm laughing at. Well, I'll show you if you stick around till the end. But let's end this with some general Q&A. I know that Tom had a lot of questions he was wanting to ask, and I figured we would save most of those until the end. So, let's say that from here, the book club is over. Again, thank you all very much for joining. I hope if you watched this on stream afterward, you enjoyed it and didn't mind rummaging through all the chaos. Next time, again, we'll be more organized and more on time. And hopefully we'll be able to have more people participate through Hangout. So, wait, don't tell me I've joined at the end of the stream. Well, you have technically, but this is also a time where, I'm opening things up for some general Q&A. So if you have any questions about, shows I'm watching, any questions about the PapaKennMedia channel in general, or anything like that, feel free to ask. And once again, to all of you that are here, whether you were here late or you were here from the beginning, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Again, this is something that I've wanted to do for a long time now, and just finally getting the first episode out there, it's the first step in what I think will hopefully be a long-running series here on the channel. Even if there's not very many people that end up joining in the end, it's something that I find enjoyable, and it also gives me motivation to listen to more audiobooks, to listen to more audio dramas in the future, and just touch on other media that I haven't done as much of in the past, even though I want to. Okay, so question from Tom Monty. Game of Thrones, no Torchwood. Oh yes, the shortened version of what you asked earlier. So, Torchwood is not going away. Torchwood, it unfortunately has been on a bit of a break, but it is going to be coming back. This weekend is going to be, I'm going to be recording at least 2 Discovering episodes. 2 of those that I plan to be are a Game of Thrones episode and a Torchwood episode. And since Steven Universe is thankfully rather short per episode, I'll also be recording one of those, in addition to a few other videos as well. Actually, last night I recorded a new episode of Snackin'. For those of you that don't know what that is, that's actually a little series that I'm going to be kind of rebooting to bring back into the fold, where I try out different snacks from different places around the world, or just different places from here in the US. The snacks that I tried for the upcoming video are candies from Japan, or, well, not all candies, but basically snacks from Japan. And then I ended with one of the carbonated beverages that you get from one of the stores around here. Gave my opinion on that, and it's actually a lead-in to what will be another snacking episode, the Drink Kenn. version where I will be trying out a bunch of different flavors. And I actually did raspberry because I know that's a flavor I like. But there's a few flavors I'll be trying that I either can't identify or don't know what they are. So that could be interesting. So yeah, Torchwood will be coming back, but also Game of Thrones will still be a part of it. Game of Thrones will probably just be every 2 weeks for the time being until I can get more of a backlog going with the show. Let's see. Have you done a reaction for the next Torchwood episode? I know it was suggested a lot when you started asking which episodes would be good for that. I'm going to be recording tomorrow, and I do remember that episode being requested as a reaction, so yes. Now, I can't say whether or not I will make that a separate reaction and separate review for Discovering Doctor Who, or if it will be one where I do like a small portion of a reaction at the beginning and then, the actual review at the end. We'll just have to wait and see on that. Well, we'll see how much of a reaction the episode actually gets out of me. But yes, that is coming up. Snow Morte, that was fun. Book clubs are always enlightening and give me more ideas on reading material. Only question I have is, will you come back to Josh's channel? We miss your awesomeness. I will be coming back soon. The hard part about getting into the streams with Josh's channel is it's always it's always during when I'm at work, and I am able to listen in sometimes, but I'm not able to really participate in the chat because with work things have been very busy, and I can't really I'm okay with listening to things and getting a little bit distracted, but I can't really risk my job and just concentrate completely on a YouTube stream while I'm at work. I'm sure that makes complete sense, but yes, I will try and make it to those more often as much as I can. I'll just be more of a listening participant. David Smith, when do you think you'll get around to discovering Classic Who? That will be soon. That'll be soon. I'm actually planning on starting some of that up once I finish with the first season of Discovering Torchwood. So I'm going to be bouncing back and forth. That way I can cover a wide variety of different shows, different mediums even, around the Whoniverse. I have no idea if this is working. Alright, once someone sees my face, leave a comment so I can know that you're back. Such a pain in the butt. So I'll have 3 videos to link together. Yay. Alright, and we shall wait for someone to comment. Oh, okay, so good. It has started back. It has started back. Good. Good. Okay, so trying to remember the last thing I said before it cut out on me again. I believe I was saying that I'm going to be doing Classic Who. I'll be doing Discovering Classic Who, or starting it after the first season of Discovering Torchwood ends, and then I'll be going back and forth between the two, whether or not it'll be per season, or maybe I'll jump back after each Doctor. We'll see. But there'll be that, and then also, it's like that way I can incorporate possibly other shows or other mediums that are Doctor Who related into it down the line. We'll see. But yes, just to reiterate, Discovering Classic Who will be happening. Let's see, from Ruby, have I watched Utopia, the UK series, not the US reality one? I have not, actually. Utopia would make a great review series, just 12 episodes. Oh, so the entire show is only 12 episodes. Interesting. Okay. Well, I will actually, that is not a show that I have gotten suggestions for in the past, so I will add that to a list of shows to check out. Utopia. I cannot spell Utopia. Utopia, UK version. Okay. And moving back down through these, did you note down my list of Game of Thrones episodes I recommended to react to live if you can? I know I got that. It's in one of the comments that you left before, unless I'm mistaken, right, Tom? I will. I know I have it. It'll be a matter of searching because I don't think I wrote it down because I expected to get to them a lot sooner than I actually did. So I will get to those as soon as I can. Now, just so you know, for the time being, I won't be doing reactions for Game of Thrones because of how extremely scarily strict they are with their copyright stuff. And apparently that's the show that has gotten people a lot of strikes in the past. And I'm in the process of contacting people with HBO. I actually have gotten, some response back of letting me know what email to send to. So hopefully I'll be able to work out an idea of what I can do in regard to reaction videos that will fit within their guidelines as far as that goes, because I don't know, we'll just have to wait and see. But I am going to do reactions as soon as I can, but for the time being, I guess me doing them every 2 weeks is actually the benefit, because I might be able to do the reactions once I get to the good episodes, or the really good episodes. Okay, let's see. You're off adulting, completely understandable. Just so you know, he stopped streaming on Mondays. Oh, he has. Okay. Well, I do remember seeing an update from him on Patreon, so I need to go back and read that. Referring to Josh, aka Gaming FTL, Gaming Faster Than Light. Or is it FTL Gaming? FTL Gaming, yes. He's a friend of mine online, and I watch his streams every now and then. So yeah. Let's see. Ooh, okay. Some of the more recent questions. I know you're busy with a lot of different shows at once, but if you have a window for another show, then I'd love to just see you go through Life on Mars. The UK version, the US remake, wasn't that great in comparison. It stars John Sim, Master, and he's a very interesting show. Okay, well that is another good suggestion. So, Life on Mars. I might actually do the UK and the US version just to see how that works out. Did I reply to your question? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, yes, I did. Okay, good. Sorry, I'm still getting caught up with the chat. If you do Classic Who, would you consider sprinkling in some of the audios and books for Classic Doctors too? The 6th, 7th, and 8th Doctors in particular had their runs cut short on screen. Diving into the audio/book/comics after season 23-26, the TV movie would aid you in getting the full character development from these doctors. 45, just so you know, I am planning on doing as many of the audiobooks and as many of the audios as possible. Now, obviously, given, I have to do the adulting thing and have my full-time job, but that takes away a huge portion of time from being able to do that kind of stuff, in addition to these TV shows. But I am definitely going to, I might not be able to do it at the same time, maybe occasionally from time to time, but I will do both, obviously, the Discovering Classic Doctor Who for those doctors, in addition to the occasional book club episode for their audios or audiobooks, what have you. So, yeah, I will be doing it. It just might not be very structured due to severe time limitations and the fact that I need sleep. From Carlos Iwit. Oh, Utopia. I had... Freezing. Okay, are people still able to see me? I would love to know. Are you able to see me? Okay, good. Thank goodness. My computer didn't freeze that time, but for some reason OBS popped up reconnecting. So, uh, I don't know at what point that actually popped up. Do any of you remember the last thing I was saying? Or the last thing I was talking about? Before that happened? Okay, good. Thank God. Anyway. So, if anyone can remind me of what I was talking about, please do. If not, I will move back down here on the comments. Tom said, okay, will update us on if HBO gets back to you. I definitely will. I will most certainly be sure to do that. Oh, Utopia. Okay. Yes. Indeed. Okay, so I actually didn't miss all that much, or I didn't skip all that much. U.S. election creeping up quickly. Still anti-Trump? Oh, yes. Very anti-Trump. I am not at all happy with the choices we do have, to say the least. But without it getting into too political, or without it getting into a political stream or a political rant, not a fan of Trump. I am not a fan of really anything the man stands for. And the idea of him being president legitimately terrifies me. Especially considering, one, Back to the Future, Biff was modeled after Trump. Two, The Simpsons kind of sort of predicted a potential horrible future where Trump was president at one point, which is scary. And I had a third point, but I forgot what it was now. Oh yeah, the writer for oh no, I'm forgetting the movie. Idiocracy. The movie Idiocracy. The the person who wrote that movie, I don't believe they said that they modeled any of it after of Donald Trump in particular, but they have come out as saying that the current election is scarily indicative. Like they feel like they were almost a prophet in that sense, because that's how it feels like it's coming to be that way now, and that just honestly terrifies the crap out of me. Trump and Brexit. Yeah, good topics for a lighthearted discussion stream about Doctor Who audiobook. Woo! Yep. Brexit has been known to break up families, start fires and wars. Don't go there. Agreed. And I've actually lost some friends thanks to Trump, so. Says who, Ruby? Pretty sure only Remainers were saying that. It's been 3 months and we're all still here and alive. Okay, let's not get into that. Let's not get into the super political things. Let's get into any other general questions you might have before we end the stream. So, yeah. Any last questions you might have. Anything you want to say, really. And keep in mind that it's going to be on screen. So be sure to keep that in mind. But again, Ruby, I will be sure to get in touch with you regarding the audiobook, getting you set up with the Audible credit that you deserve. But yeah, other than that, I'm very much looking forward to checking out The Forever Trap as read by Catherine Tate. That should be a lot of fun. Probably won't be. Well, I don't want to say it won't be as good, but it won't be quite the same as it being read by David Tennant. But I'm sure that Catherine Tate should be pretty interesting. What episode of Torchwood were you talking about reacting to? The next one in the list, I actually can't remember off the top of my head, but the one that comes after the last one I think the last one I did was Small Worlds. I think that's right. So yeah, it'll be the next episode, but regardless, I'll record it and we'll see if it's worth the full reaction. If it's not, I will include bits that I did react to, and then the review will come after that. British snackin', do it. I am definitely all about that, to be completely honest. I was lucky in that there's a few Japanese stores. Well, the main one is called Tomodachi here in the Twin Cities at the Mall of America and another mall. And they had quite a few Japanese snacks I was able to try out, most of which were actually really good. But as far as getting British candies and things like that, I mean, I can look out into websites to try and check out. If anyone would like to send some British candies this way, I can give you my P.O. box. Actually, I'm going to check and see. I'm going to check the channel real quick to see if the information is still there, because I'm pretty sure I included it in the about. I look very high in my book club delay video. I need to set that to private. Okay, yes. So if you go to the channel and go to the About tabs, under the description, there's a little section that says Contact via Snail Mail, and that has the full address for my P.O. box if you would like to, send some British snacks. Obviously, make sure that they're things that will survive the trip. Because it would be kind of gross to, like if you send some cookies, or no, wait, they call them biscuits there. If you send some homemade biscuits from there, they probably won't survive the trip. But yeah, if anyone would like to send some candies or anything like that to the channel for me to do for some snacking episodes, I am all about it. So again, feel free to go to the channel and check out that address. That's my address. And it's technically you can just use number 217 because it's not technically a P.O. box, but one way or the other, I'm sure it'll work out. But going back to the chat here, let's see. I think I missed a few. British Snack in Countryside. Yes, I believe that is the next episode. I think you're right, some random guy. If you're going to react to Torchwood, you need to react to Children of Earth, all of it. That, believe me, that has been recommended and requested many times. So when I get to Children of Earth, it will be reacted to in its entirety. And you're welcome very much, Ruby. All of Series 3 of Torchwood, all five episodes, I'm sure you mean. So yeah, again, that will be happening. Then they messed it all up after Children of Earth. Miracle Day, just bad. British snacks, send you something. Okay, like I said, if you want to, feel free to do that. I'm not telling you to, obviously, but it's like, if there's something you really want me to try for a video, I'll definitely, give you credit and give you thanks, and I'll try it for a snacking episode. Let's see. As soon as America got their hands on Torchwood, it sort of went downhill. Oh, so, well, I didn't know that America actually got their hands on it, so that's actually kind of understandable. I recommend... Oh, not Marmite. Cadbury cream eggs are some of my favorite things in the world. I love them. And I actually skipped them this past year around Easter because of trying to lose weight, which hasn't really done very well so far. But I am starting to get back into working out, so hopefully that'll help. And I can have more sugary foods without worrying too much about diabetes. But Marmite, oh God. I have heard so many things about Marmite. I'm willing to try it, but I will definitely not guarantee that I will have good things to say about it. Again, never tried the stuff, so it's worth trying, I guess. But if you really want me to, send as small of a jar as you can. Unless I end up really liking it, which would be weird. But anyway, some random guy. Cardiff was Torchwood. Taking it to the U.S. killed the charm of the show. Oh, so... I see. That's why it came to the U.S. Interesting. Children of Earth, Miracle Day, Children of Earth, Marmite, do you hate the guy? And a big grin from Ruby. Marmite is delicious. Please, well, the only reason everyone hate Marmite is because no one knows how to prepare it. I'll send you cream eggs and Marmite. You are a god, Ruby. Marmite is lush. I love it. I have it on my toast every morning. Okay, so if someone does send Marmite, then I will try it by itself, and I will try it on toast, and then according to Tom Monty, on toast with butter and then some Marmite, and we'll see if one of those is a way I might like it. So yeah, the thought of it actually is kind of shudder, just because of the things I've heard about Marmite. It kind of bleh. But yeah. So anyway, if someone does send any of that, I greatly appreciate it. But again, you don't have to. You don't feel pressured to. I mean, especially because I know shipping probably isn't that cheap. So if you don't have the money to spend, don't worry about that. There are other ways for me to find these things. But anyone that can and has the means to, I will greatly appreciate it. From Snow, I wish I could have my relatives across the pond send over some chocolate flakes, sausages, and dietary biscuits. Love those. Interesting. I don't know what dietary biscuits are. Are they like small cookies here in the U.S.? What are cookies in Britain across the pond? Or are they just cookies? Because what we call cookies, you all call biscuits. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. You need the butter and it has to be warm. The Marmite needs to be warm, or just like make sure... Or, okay, if I get Marmite, I will be sure to ask everyone how to prepare it and how to try it. But just dedicate an entire episode to trying out Marmite and hopefully not throwing up. Cookies are cookies. Okay, I'm sending you all the Marmite. Carlos? No. No, Carlos. No. No. I'm sorry. Cookies tend to have chocolate chips. Okay. Okay. So, well, obviously I need to go to Britain and just try this stuff out sometime, obviously. That would actually be a lot of fun. Sort of, they are pretty plain but kind of healthy. Cookie and milk chocolate on one side. That sounds familiar to something that I've tried here in the U.S. I don't know. I'm sure there'll probably be things I try on Snackin' sometimes that probably have versions across the pond and elsewhere around the world, and I'm sure people will point that out. But, okay, last call for any questions. It is 8:25 here, and I'm going to end the stream at 8:30. Have I ever been across the pond? No, I have not. I have been out of the country. I've been to the Bahamas and to Jamaica on a cruise that my wife and I took for our honeymoon. Been to Mexico, like one or two parts of Mexico, and actually, now that I think about it, I don't think I've actually ever been in Canada, even. I need to change that someday. But yeah, I have not been across the pond yet, but it is going to happen someday, because my wife is crazy about Scotland, so I know at the very least we're going to be visiting Scotland, but we'll most likely be flying into London, and then we'll hopefully be able to take a week or maybe two and travel around some. We'll see. Do you want to come here before I die? Ideally, yeah. Actually, I would say it probably is part of my bucket list, is going to the UK. So yeah, there you go. Yes, bucket list. Correct, Tom. Alright, so as we approach the ending, I will prepare the picture that came from James. Why Scotland? She has always been a huge fan of the movie Braveheart, and I feel like that's the seed that started it. But then just after that, so many other things that come from it. Like she wants to visit There Can Be Only One. Yes. Oh my god, Scotland. I love Scotland. If you like water, you will love Scotland. Water's so crisp and cold and delicious. Nice. So yeah, I mean, that's definitely going to happen one day in the future. When? No friggin' clue. But we actually were going to go to the UK and Scotland and all that before we got our house, but then we decided to get a house. So, got to save up again. Because it's not cheap to fly there, unfortunately. But, okay, any last questions you all want to throw up? And like I said, I am going to prepare a picture that I got from James to put in to the stream here as a last little bit of fun. And there we go. And again, James, thank you so much for that. That is absolutely hilarious. Let's see here. So last few questions. My bucket list is a KFC bucket. Carlos, now listen, I'm originally from Kentucky, originally from the area where it got its start in Kentucky. And while I do enjoy it, you can do so much better than just KFC. There are so many different buckets of chicken that you can get that are glorious. Think outside the bucket. I think that got more dramatic than I intended it to. Right now it's 4:30 a.m. right now in Bulgaria. I hate holidays so much. Miss your bedroom. Wow, that is so early. I am sorry, Tom, but thank you so much for sticking around for the stream. It's been fun having you here for sure. It's 2:27 a.m. Sorry for the noise. You're very welcome, Ruby. And as everyone is getting ready to leave, I am going to bring up the image that James shared. So I gotta get the preview back up here. There we go. And real quick, I am going to exchange the Doctor Who Pest Control with... Oh, that ended up a lot smaller than I expected. So yes, this is the image from James. Move the chat back a little bit. Order, move down. There we are. Welcome to that face you make when your tech is so bad it makes you derp. Oh, it's absolutely glorious. It is absolutely wonderful. Think outside the bucket. I love that. Yes, I do. I'm glad you like that too. Oh, but once again, everyone, let me move this to the side real quick so I can say goodbye with my beautiful face, saying hello to you. Hello. So put that right there. Put that right there. I'm Southern. Anyway, all right. Once again, everyone, thank you so much for joining me for this live stream. I'm so sorry for all the technical issues and for the lack of structure, but this is going to be a growing process. Again, if you still want to try and win an audiobook through Audible, be sure to comment on this when the full edited together video goes up. But until then, everyone, oh wait, let me check real quick. It's been great. That picture makes you smile. I did get a new PC. This is running on the new PC, but for some reason there's some sort of issue with the drivers between my graphics card and Windows 10 that just and I'm not the only one apparently that has this issue, but it just loves to freeze on me, and I don't know why. But it's hopefully something I'll get worked out. See you later. Looking forward to the Torchwood reaction. Too much dopamine in your... Looking for GOT. All right. Good night, everyone. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. Again, thank you so much for joining, and I will see you all next time for hopefully a little less derp. Until then, everyone, Papa Ken signing out in later days.